Welcome back to the RBS Evening News. Now we have here RBS News election analyst Mr. Misawa as we analyze the midterms. Good evening, Misawa.
Good evening, good evening.
How would you describe the voting turnout today so far?
Well, for me, it's a good thing, guys, because it shows our proactiveness in our democracy. Even though it's very flawed, our Philippine democracy is not perfect, but we're still being proactive. We vote very well. We vote, we vote any even at the times that we don't have any like what can I say like we don't have faith in the candidates or what, but it shows that we're proactive in a way, and the turnout of the voters shows that. That's all I can say.
Any thoughts or reminders for our viewers as the polls get ready to close?
As a reminder, I can say that I hope everyone does not reminders that their vote is very important. Whether this not be a presidential one, but rather um, it's not it doesn't really need to be presidential, but their vote. I just want to remind them that their vote is as important. It's very important, very vital to into the change for our nation, and yeah, that's all I can say right now.
What do you think are the key issues that influence this election?
Well, from my I've no I've observed it's definitely economic. It's definitely mostly economics. Inflation are still high. Prices of the goods are still not adequate to the needs of an average Filipino. And the other issue is definitely the arrest of our former president, which is former President Duterte. It definitely influenced some voters in a way. And yeah, it's mostly economic and the arrest of our former president.
Did anything surprise you about the way the campaigns went this year?
Honestly, it did not surprise me at all. But I am glad that the candidates, specifically the coalition of Kiko and Bam, they have changed their strategy. They've changed their strategy in a way that they have a higher chance of winning rather than what happened 3 years ago in the 2022 general election. It shows that they are willing to do everything, even if it's like questionable. They know that this is a vital moment of our history, and that is why they change the way they campaigned throughout the campaign season, and it might be likely that these two, Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino, they have a chance on winning here.
Did anything? What races should we? What races should we be watching closely as results come in?
It's definitely the Senate elections. As in the Senate elections, there are many questionable candidates. It real and the fact that and also the impeachment of Sara Duterte, our vice president, is still not over. It is all up to the Senate on whoever wins. They will have history in their hands once they are elected. They have either the chance to impeach our sitting president or sitting vice president, or let the sitting vice president spend another 3 years as the vice president of the current administration.
How do local elections affect ordinary Filipinos?
It affects them in a way. as local elections is as important as it is as important as the national elections that is also happening right now. The mayors are the key movers, the needle movers of their own respective cities. They have the power to change everything in their city, and I think it'll affect ordinary Filipinos. And I think it is as important as the national elections.
What does today's election mean for the country moving forward?
It is definitely moving forward towards a more it's we have entered a rigid phase of our country. We're troubled by the clashes of the biggest political dynasties on right now, and in the results of this election will definitely um, decide our fate, decide our fate in in the next election, which is on 2028.
Do you think voters are more engaged now than in past elections? Why or why not?
They're definitely engaged because this is a very pivotal moment as as the two biggest political dynasties, the Marcoses and the Dutertes, are fighting right now. Even though it is clear that the Uni team was just a farce, it was inevitable that these two political dynasties will eventually break apart and go ahead and have a war with each other. And I think it's clear that voters are more engaged than in the past elections.
How important is social media in this year's elections?
Very important because social media is pretty much the mode of media. It's the most dominant form of media right now. The internet, Facebook, social media, Instagram, those platforms can be used. They've been used as campaigns. That's for campaigns, and it's pretty much important in why social media is very vital to a candidate's campaign.
Any early observations about how candidates or parties are performing?
Well, I'll say that I will go back to Kiko and Bam. They're definitely they definitely improved rather than they definitely improved compared to their campaign like last election, which caused their loss. But this year, I can definitely say that if I see them in the top 12 later on, I can definitely see why they are in the top 12. So yeah,
What is your message? What message do you have for the first time voters today?
I hope that the first time voters they will um Tagalog it sana ay panindigan nyo ang inyong binoto at at pasalamat tayo na kayo ay may karapatan para bumoto. Tas kaya tayo binigyan ng karapatan bumoto is we are we are a we are a republic. There we go. We are a republic, and we are more than blessed. We're more than blessed to have this this right to vote whoever our leaders are. Yeah, that's all I can say. Sana
How
panindigan nyo
important
ganun.
how important is staying informed when choosing leaders?
It is very important. Like why would you vote on a person who is clearly incompetent, and yet you will vote for him because hey, he's a nice person. Hey, he's handsome. No, when choosing a leader, you gotta look at their background. You gotta look at their capability. Like, can this leader lead me to a better future? Can this leader improve my living conditions? it's that simple, and it should be also the lesson that many aspiring voters or first time voters should take. It's always staying informed on the candidates. It's not about like, oh, this person is nice. He's nice. I can see him as a good leader. Being nice is not enough. You gotta look on how he or she can handle the business in an executive branch, in a legislative branch. It's that simple. That mindset is that simple to acquire. So yeah, it is very important. It is very important.
What role do analysts and media play during elections like this?
They serve as like a advisor to the public that on who should they vote. The media definitely serves serves a very important role on to get updated on the candidates, on what they do in their campaigns, because not everyone can check can personally meet this candidate. So you gotta use the media to know what they're doing and all that. That's all.
And for the final question, how do you think this election will shape the next few years for the country?
It'll definitely be an unpredictable one. We do not know what will happen in 2026, 2027. We still have 3 years left in the Marcos presidency, but I can say that it is very unpredictable, and we don't really know what will happen. We can see a Sara Duterte being impeached, or the eventual win of Sara Duterte, and the Dutertes are back in the presidency. Maybe Risa Ontiveros. It's very unpredictable. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Misawa.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more election updates after this. This is RBS Evening News continuing special coverage.
Update as of today, we have time check. It's already 7:13 in the evening. Live po dito sa Bulwagang Pagbalitaan ng ating pagbabalitaan. Kuntingin mo na lang at simulan na ang ating Filipino Decides 2025 sa coverage ng 12 ng Mayo, Lunes ay isang mahalagang araw sa kasaysayan ng demokrasya sa Pilipinas. Muli tayong babangon, titinggig at pipili ng pinunong mamuno sa susunod na 3 taon. Mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, mahigit 68.8 million Pilipino ang inaasang boboto na ngayong araw para sa midterm elections. Pipili tayo ng 12 senador, mahigit 3,300 kongresista at libong-libong opisyal ng kahawang sa kapangyarihan sa ating mga lalawigan, lungsod o bayan. na yung araw, hindi lang ito pagboto. Ito ay patindi para sa kinabukasan mula sa mga mobile precincts, mga paaralan, covered courts at barangay halls. Sama-sama natin tatala ng tinig ng bawang Pilipino. Gaya na dati, IchiTV ay katulong ninyo. Mula halalang updates na report sa mga probinsya, bilangan ng boto at mga panayam. Tutok lang sa aming buong araw na pamabantay sa eleksyon. Sa alaala na bayan, Pilipino ang tunay na mapapasya. Ito ang Filipino Decides 2025. At tapos na po ang bilangan sa botohan sa ating mga presinto at kaugnay ng mga balita. Nasasay mo na ito sa Squadalog sa official page at YouTube channel para laging updated sa kaganapan sa mga oras. At din ng buong pwersa ng Squadalog para sa kaugnay ng mga updates regarding the situation. Sa paglilaganap at ng pangyarihan, lahat tayo ay humay sa ating pinabukasan. And we hear of that, we proud and we say happiness is what we do. And because of you, we connect each other. And we all know it's time to make a difference. Kaya na mga kapatid, and taking over to Squadalogs. Ah! May nagkidlat! My God. It wasn't happened. The thunderstorms monstrous before blackout happened again. So the thunderstorm, apologies for thunderstorms and having a blackout expected. You may turn over to RBS for their vote coverage. As we all know, the strong storms, our strong storms and thunderbolts are affected in my area. Stay tuned. Goodbye. Good luck. The doors about now close. So we get over to updates regarding the thunderstorms that happened again. Return. Return the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue. And we're back sa ating special coverage sa Squadilogs kaugnay sa
back to RBS Evening News. Linis at Almanza Elementary School in Las Piñas City moved faster on Monday afternoon, May 12, compared to in the morning when queues were long due to voters having a hard time finding their names and technical issues being experienced with automated counting machines. Just before the 2025 polls officially closed, the Teachers' Dignity Coalition said in a statement that the 2025 elections have so far been generally peaceful and orderly across the country, despite the occurrence of issues such as overvoting and long lines for senior citizens, among others. Isolated election-related issues, meanwhile, include alleged vote buying, harassment, and disorderly behavior. The coalition said that as voting is still underway, they hope that this overall trend of peace and order will continue until the last ballot is cast. They also urged to eligible voters who have yet to vote to proceed to their respective precincts and choose candidates with a track record of genuine service, dedication, and good governance, and firmly reject the politics of patronage and self-interest. Re-electionist Richard Gomez said on Monday he still doubts the authenticity of the alleged assassination attempt on Albuera mayoral vet Roland Kerwin Espinosa last April. Gomez, who is running again for 4th District Representative of Ormoc City, said he still believes that the assassination attempt on Espinosa was staged. Imagine, alam niya agad kung ano yung tumama sa kanya. Alam niya agad kung ano yung baril na bumaril sa kanya. So that itself, you know all the details right away. So much likely baka nga ipagbaril ka. It's an ambush meeting, Gomez told ABS-CBN News. The lawmaker also said that after voting, he has no hold on the police after 7 cops were tagged in Espinosa's assassination attempt. Gomez said that he does not control the police. That's beyond us under his authority. Meanwhile, Gomez's wife and Ormoc City Mayor Lucy Torres Gomez said she believes they would win against the cases filed against them. Torres Gomez said that she always believed in the path of peace and that is the only way she knows how to path. The two politicians have already cast their vote in Can Adieng Elementary School alongside their daughter Juliana. Last April, Gomez and Espinosa fired back at each other after the former first cast doubt on the latter's claims, saying Espinosa had no credibility in a self-confessed drug lord. Espinosa previously hinted that a politician was behind the shooting, noting that the assassination attempt came after he endorsed the candidacy of ex-Court of Appeals Associate Justice Vicente Veloso III, Gomez's opponent in the congressional race. More residents in Malolos, Bulacan have participated in this year's midterm polls based on an official estimate at the Barosoain Memorial Integrated School in Malolos on Monday afternoon. It surpassed that of the 2023 barangay elections at the voting area, with the largest number of registered voters in the city, and there's still a couple of hours left before polling precincts close. Department of Education supervising official Joey Cabigao believes this is due to the introduction of the 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. early voting period for senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and pregnant women. Di po namin expect na early voting period pa lang ito napakahaba na ng ating pila. Good indicator. Period pala. Marami gusto mag-extra na ang voting rights ngayong pong taon na ito, said Cabigao. 1% continued to see long lines all the way to the afternoon. It even took food delivery rider JR Liarendo more than hours of waiting before getting to cast his vote. But he said he already anticipated this. Kahapon naman o sumagat ako ng biyahe kaya okay lang din magbiyahe ngayon para makapag-ambag din sa pagboto. He said. Meanwhile, a bread vendor took advantage of the opportunity to cater to more customers and earn more money. Nestor Peña started going around selling bread at the school after he himself voted there. Bihira po kasi mangyari yung ganitong karaming tao. Mabilig. Actually, pangalawang balik ko na, pantawid gutong habang nakapila sila, said Peña. Everyone who came was able to vote through. One former overseas Filipino worker was surprised to find that her name was not on the list of voters. She said she was not aware that she had to update her data with the Commission on Elections after previously registering for absentee voting in Morocco back in 2022. Hindi ko alam na kailangan pala bago magbotohan from nasa abroad ka, pag uwi mo kailangan mo mag-follow up. Sayang ang boto ko kasi baka yung isang boto na yun ang ikapapanalo ng dapat na may magagawa sa Pilipinas. Nainis po ako. Hindi ko matatanggap, said Heidi Villaluz. She said she hopes that the COMELEC will do better in terms of information dissemination among OFW's next elections. Batangas gubernatorial candidate Vilma Santos Recto on Monday shrugged off criticism surrounding political dynasties as she and her sons Luis Lucky Manzano and Ryan Christian Recto sought local posts. Manzano is running for vice governor while Recto is seeking a congressional seat in Lipa City. In a chance interview after they voted, Santos Recto dismissed allegations of political dynasty, saying they were not alone in the practice. Natural na yun, hindi lang naman kami. I guess the most important thing is nagsilbi kami, nag-offer kami. People will decide, hindi naman kami. She said, alam namin yung programang kaya namin gawin at magagawa for Batanggenyos, and I guess yun ang mas importante. The Recto family has drawn mixed reactions online, with critics raising concerns about the entrenched political families. However, Santos Recto maintained that their candidacies were driven by a desire to serve, not to monopolize power. Siyempre, doble ang kaba. Pero walang nakaupo sa amin. Mga ordinaryo kaming kandidato na nag-alay din ng programa, she said referring to her sons. Ginawa namin kung anong ginawa ng ibang kandidato. Nag-house to house, palengke, rally, motorcade. We did our best and definitely God will take care of rest. Santos Recto also noted the importance of passing on the torch to the younger generations, noting that both her sons were at an age where they could take on the responsibility of public service. I always tell them we're so blessed. Now nasa na edad na sila, baka it's time naman na ibalik yung biyaya sa mga nangangailangan. She said, I cannot be here forever. Senior citizen na ako. Ang importante, well-guided sila how to serve people. Having served for over 2 decades in various public roles, Santos Recto acknowledged the need for new blood and younger perspectives, especially in a political landscape, increasingly shaped by technology. Kailangan ko may partner na may enerhiya. Yung hindi ko kaya, pwede kong ipasa sa kanya, and one person that I truly trust, she added, pagsamahin mo ang wisdom at ang younger mind. Pag pinalat kami, mas epektibo at mas mabilis ang serbisyong may bibigay namin. Hindi ko first time ito, nahiinlangan lang ako. Hindi ako nagpresenta. Sino ako para tumanggi sa tiwalang binigay sa akin ng 24 years? She added. Though 90-year-old Nenita Estanislao's steps were unsteadily as she slowly made her way to her assigned cluster at Legarda Elementary School in Sampaloc, Manila, her resolve was firm and unwavering, fueled by the hope that the leader she would elect this year might finally bring the change she had long yearned for over the decades. Estanislao shared that she hasn't missed a single chance to make a difference since 1953, the year she became eligible to vote. Since I was 18, laban ng laban, she told ABS-CBN News. The Manila resident admitted being disappointed by several of the leaders through the decades she, along with other Filipinos, once trusted. Gusto ko magbago naman kalagayan natin. Ang dami nating problema, lalo na finansyal, at may kahulugan pa sa WPF. Nakaka-nervyos. Instead, magkaisa kayo na namumuno. They are not united. Paliksahan sila, pataasan sila ng ere. Imbes na mag-sympathize para magtulungan aring bansa, nag-aaway sila. She reasoned. But instead of giving up, she chooses to continue exercising her power to vote, holding on to the hope that there are individuals who not only see their struggles but genuinely want to help them live up, she said. I'm hoping maka-change buhay na mahirap. Ang daming mahirap. Sana matignan kami ng maayos, she added. While she understands why others may feel disheartened, Estanislao urged people to keep lobbying and fighting for the change they want to see. Kung mananatili ka, hindi bumoto para makaka-change. Kung dati di ka kontento, yun at yun pa rin. Now up to mamatay tayo, magsubok tayo sa bago. Pag hindi na bago ating gobyerno, the next time, di na sa Manila, hanap kayo ng bago. Kung hindi masyado fruitful, previous nanalo, she explained. And we'll now go to a live feed of the results as we are currently awaiting it. While we wait for the first wave of election results to come in, let's take this moment to step back and look at a bigger picture of what we're witnessing today. This is a major democratic exercise, one of the largest in our history. With more than 68 million registered voters expected to participate. From sunrise earlier this morning, we've seen the energy and dedication of the Filipino people as they lined up at the precincts across the nation, determined to make their voices heard. It has been a powerful, peaceful process so far in most areas, though there have been some reports of minor issues, something we often expect during a nationwide poll of this scale. We've also observed the importance of local contests this year. While the national races like the Senate and congressional seats tend to grab headlines, the real impact of elections is often felt at the local level. Mayors, governors, councilors, these are the officials who will be working closest to the people, deciding on schools, infrastructure, healthcare, and daily services. What is also notable today is the role of the youth. With nearly 50% of voters being aged 18 to 40, young Filipinos have significant power in shaping the outcomes of these elections. From what we have seen in earlier reports and ground interviews, many of them are voting not just for personalities, but for platforms, issues, and long-term visions. Social media has also played a massive role, not just in campaigning, but in shaping public opinion and accountability. Candidates have had to work harder to content, to connect, to explain, to defend their record, and that's a shift we're seeing more and more with each election. Right now, we're in that brief calm before the storm. The last voters are making their way to precincts. The final ballots are being cast, and the machines are getting ready to transmit. And as that happens, analysts, journalists, and citizens alike are bracing for what the numbers will reveal. We'll also be watching how the narratives of this election unfold. Will traditional political names continue to dominate, or are we seeing a slow but steady shift towards new voices in governance? That's the story we're about to see written in real time. As we wait, let's also remember that the vote is not just about choosing leaders. It's about choosing what we want our future to look like. The economy, education, healthcare, the environment, justice, all of these things hinge on the political we elect today. So while the results aren't in just yet, the impact of this day is already being felt. The decision is in the hands of the people, and that alone is powerful.
the internet is unstable in squatty logs. So we are back here on IchiTV broadcast as we know it na ganyan na bagal ang internet connection ko. And less than 0 bytes per second or 0 bps with more drop frames. The results ongoing and might be lag again and again and again. And now let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look on our first look. Comelec set up its own portal for transmission profits, and it's expected, yeah, and it's expected to trickle and in process those in average that one though 0 bytes per second and yeah. So reconnecting. All drop frame. So reconnecting ulit for the fourth time. So now the work due to the talk on MTCI 7 also no results yet. So might we reveal my APM for our coverage. So yes, so I'm gonna use the largest internet. And we're back to the show. Stay tuned. And let's have Robin says no results yet, so we'll do later on the screen if the results are there, aside as for the logs coverage. Please stay tuned. And we're back sa ating special coverage ng IboPH 2025 and I guess the results are came out, so we will reveal the later on the screens if the results are there. So as of 7 and we just a probably a results that came out. This is the first time in the history para sa atin. It's the first time in the history. And yet, we're providing all the details as we noted ito job lines ongoing. And tuloy-tuloy ang record. Haha, mali. Tuloy-tuloy ang start record. At will be a moment for time zone. Dahil nalag na tayo ang internet kapag umabot ng 20 drop frames, ibig sabihin nasa gitna. And we are still recording instead of streaming. So, we're almost there. And there will be an update on the transmission progress and as well as the local. And there will be no updates regarding the results. Might be revealed at 8 p.m. Mga around 8 p.m. na po ha ang unang sulyap sa first results ng first poll results ay nagaganap tayo mamaya. Dito sa Squadalogs Ivo PH 2025 and update, and there's no update there, and keep it up and we all know. To all the squad out there, maraming salamat sa pagsusubaybay sa Squadalogs and not yet arriving the results and we are waiting on results. Stay tuned at 8:30 p.m. for the Bantay Bilangan coverage. This is Rod Michael Adelit and stay tuned on our polls as Bantay Bilangan starts at 8:30 p.m. We'll be right back. And we're back sa ating IchiTV coverage and we are revealing later as we know it na and natong Squadlogs. So Squadlogs coverage will be shown at 8:30 p.m. for the Bantay Bilangan updates. 8:30 to 9 ang mga resulta sa mga botohan at bilangan sa ating local and national position. So stay tuned. 50% are ERS received. So 50% or 46.688%. 46,000. 46.688. 10 received overseas. And the result is expected to reveal once it's 100%. The results came out 100%. Yes. Yeah. That's nice. Yes, sir. As of 50%. Almost 50% na. It's 49.99. And Okay. For local ERs na. Yep. Oh, wait lang. So, wait, I will be keeping up on an update lang, guys. So, and we are gonna, so, my brain a clip of a man jump into electrical. So, I cut out, yeah. So, updates tayo kay might be off air. Nag-speak ko off air. I guess. And as of today, and still 49.99%. And as of today, undefined, 1949.99. Not yet resolved. And
election returns received by the Comelec. This is a breaking news, everyone. So we're just gonna reset this. 60.42 of local election returns has been received by that Comelec, aka 56,433. So they needed 36,854 more so that they can start counting, or at least. So right now we are being joined by Celark. Good evening.
headquarters for the Sable, I'm Oskee Walden. Back to you, Mark Morales.
Thank you, Oskee Walden. Let's continue our talk with our colleague here, Mr.
Ayun, Edson, babalikan ka namin ha. Maraming salamat. At samantala, nasa Comelec Command Center ating si Brian Bass. At Brian, ano nang update?
Sorry
Magandang gabi sa inyo.
for
Tayo
previous
nandito
report.
data center ng Comelec sa
I apologize for that.
As of now, 67.67 election returns has been received by the Commission of Elections at 5:15 p.m. Philippines. 47 ERs has been received also by the select, and still 0 for the others. I think we need another round of election news right now. A bullet hits minor in Jose Abad Santos, Davao Occidental on eve of election. A minor was hit in the shoulder by a stray bullet in a Davao Occidental town on the eve of election 2025 on Sunday, according to the Police Regional Office 11 or PRO 11. Illegal discharge of firearms sa Jose Abad Santos, kung saan meron po nadali na isang minor. Natamaan po sa kanyang shoulder dahil nag-ricochet yung bala. PRO 11 spokesperson Ponce Major Catherine, Police Major Ponce Major, goddammit. Police Major Catherine De La Rey said in a press briefing. This number 11067, the gun ban is effective starting January 12 to June 11 in a bid to lessen election-related violence. As of May 8, the PNP said that all 2,940 individuals have been arrested for violating the election gun ban. Most of them were from Metro Manila, with 1,011, followed by Central Visayas with 380 and Central Zone with 362. A total of 3,095 firearms were seized, including 1,124 revolvers, excuse me, 849 pistols, 114 gun replicas, 77 explosives, 55 Class A guns, 24 rifles, 24 shotguns, and 5 Class B guns. So we're still looking at our election or partial and unofficial results. As of now, wala pa rin. Again, as of 8:15, 67.67% of the local election returns has been received by the COMELEC, while overseas election returns that received by COMELEC has now have been totaled of 19.42%. What a big leap in there.
Pwede po muna natin sila sa video kapag sila po ay nanggulo po during the voting time.
Matapos ang kalahating oras ng gulo, unti-unti na namang kumalma ang sitwasyon. Marami pong waters din nagkainita at sigawan kanina. Kinailangan na pumagig na ng commander ng Task Force Marawi kasama ang Special Acting Force. Ayon sa officer in charge ng Marawi City Police, marami sa mga insidente, hindi naman talaga awayan ng mga botante, kundi ng mga phone watcher. Alam po natin yun na yung makabilaan ng bakis, mga village, may kanya-kanyang strategy na pwede nila.
So I think we're gonna have some commercial break as we continue to deliver election coverage results as RBS special coverage Vote 2025 returns. Stay tuned.
p.m. 8:35. Today, ang nauna, Go Bongo. Wait lang. So nationwide to, nationwide. Yeah. Yeah. So as
Wait lang,
of
let me-
Comelec, as of 8:35 p.m. Nauna si Bongo with 12,907,361 votes. Bam Aquino with 10,726,035 votes. Bato de la Rosa with 9,775,219 votes. Erwin Tulfo with 8,483,615 votes. Kiko Pangilinan with 7,844,213 votes. Ping Lacson with 7,644,192 votes. Tito Soto with 7,549,954. Rodante Marcoleta with 7,347,646. Pia Cayetano with 7,271,611. Camille Villar with 6,586,526. Aimee Marcos with 6,565,509, and Lito Lapid with 6,555,129. Yan po ang ating partial and unofficial count as of Comelec as confirmed. So wag ka muna mag-release ng result. So this is still subject to change. Right now, we have confirmed, and this is still subject to change.
Okay, so as of now, yan pa lang po daw, pero again, this is still subject to change without prior notice. So, magbabalik po ang Vote Watch 2025.
Vote
Our
2025.
News special coverage.
Update. We have some breaking news. We have some update on result. This is confirmed. Go Bongo. Yeah. So, basta natin ito. Go Bongo with 12,40,314,235 votes. Bam Aquino with 11,883,138 votes. Bato de la Rosa with 10,847,704. Erwin Tulfo with 588,634. Kiko Pangilinan with 8,685,135. Ping Lacson with 8,463,506. Tito Soto with 8,336,888. Rodante Marcoleta with 8,152,307. Pia Cayetano with 8,057,337. Camille Villar with 7,296,803. Amy Marcos with 7,263,703. And ang huli si Lito Lapid with 7,242,809. So, we'll be right back as we continue the coverage of RBS Vote 2025. Okay. Gonna fix it right now for a while. Okay na. Parang sound effects ng hangin eh.
Hindi, may ingay talaga.
Wait. Wait lang, update. Ano nangyayari dito? Goods. Okay na ba, Mike? Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yes po. So, give more updates as of 8:30 p.m. As the receive is 72.79%. 72.79%. Tumuto kayo sa ating resulta sa botohan. I-check ko sa So we have an update for the results. So might be a wait.
Okay, wait a minute. Meron na po tayong official. Dito sa may ABS-CBN. Go 16,949,762. Pangalawa, Aquino Bam, 13,938,964. De La Rosa Bato, 1,804,689.
The connection has timed out. So we are covering a special coverage. So
kapapasok lang po yung senatorial race. partial and unofficial as of 8:44 p.m.
So just fixing the microphone right now. And
Oskee, nagsasalita ako. Okay, so number 6, Lacson Ping with 9,915,001. Tito
so
Soto,
yeah, probably. So we are checking the microphones right now. And okay.
Oskee.
88. Okay. Okay. Ready sa. Okay.
Finally. Ligawan ng ito. Yap.
So, kalalabas lang po mga kaibigan ng senatorial race.
Yeah.
Mamaya pa yata. So, sabi dito, okay. Nangunguna, Go Bongo, 14,314,235. Sa ikalawang pwesto, Aquino Bam, 11,883,138. Number 3, De La Rosa Bato, 10,847,704. Number 4, Erwin Tulfo Erwin, 9,388,634. Number 5, Pangilinan Kiko, 8,685,135. Number 6, Lacson Ping, 8,463,506. 7, Tito Soto, 8,336,888. Number 8, Marcoleta Rodante, 8,152,307. Number 9, Cayetano Pia, 8,057,337. Number 10, Villar Camille, 7,296,803. 11, Marcos Aimee, 7,263,703. And number 12, Lapid Lito, 7,242,819. That is as of 8:48 p.m.
Break muna.
Okay, break muna tayo mga kaibigan. Magbabalik ang ating special coverage dito sa RVS News. Yes! Wala pa po.
Mga ka-squad, narito na po ang partial and unofficial result base sa Comelec as of today, 8:35 p.m. Ito po ang resulta. Una si Go Bongo with 40,300,005 votes. Bam Aquino with 11,883,138 votes. Pato de la Rosa with 10,847,704 votes. Erwin Tulfo with 9,388,624 votes. Kiko Pangilinan with 8,685,235 votes. Ping Lacson with 8,463,500 votes. Tito Soto with 8,356,818 votes. Rodante Marcoleta with 8,152,807 votes. Pia Cayetano with 8,057,337 votes. At sa pupwesto, si Camille Tuliar with 7,396,800. Abangan ang ating partial and unofficial results sa official Facebook page ng squad. Ating nakatutok upang magbigay. Maraming salamat.
Mga kaibigan, can someone mute themselves? So, Oskee mute muna. Yan pa lang po ang commercial nila ng official mula sa Comelec Media Center as of 8:56 p.m.
Balik tayo coverage 9:30 p.m. Balik tayo.
So, yes, so hintayin po nating makolekta tong mga resulta. Magbabalik ang ating special coverage dito sa RBS News.
election. So kung makikita nyo, naglalabasan na sila ng phone, naghihiyak, nagpapalakpakan, nag-update yung ating screen ng mga partial and unofficial results ng botohan. Pero again, hindi pa naman ito final at i-confirm pa ng mga tauhan ng COMELEC itong mga papasok na boto mula sa mga presinto natin. Ato?
Bea, baka mahatak ang makausap natin kung anong mga reaksyon nila para ma-feel namin na parang nandyan kami.
Okay. Yes, Vicky, sige, ikutan natin. Actually, ito, bukod sa mga supporter, ay meron ding mga
tumatakbong mayor dito na si April Aguilar